Yeah. Waiting for the draft to come up, and let's get into this first draft. Obviously, FNB picked the blue side. Vigar was their first pick. I do believe also FNB changed their roster as well. Christian Simeone was playing mid lane, and Aiden or Martin Juicer King was moving to the bot lane. We see the Vigar first pick answered by Jinx Nautilus. We've seen the Jinx come to great effect in playoffs so far, being selected by 777. First pick in both games. It's a strong champion right now. Nautilus is a good support pick. And then the Kargili Blitzcrank with the Skarner answer, the reworked Skarner. We're going to see him first time on the Rift in UNL. And I know Fool has been playing a lot of Skarner, so it's kind of expected. With the Volibear answer, it's a flex between jungle and top, but you'd probably expect Wibbly Dean to pick up, and then you see the Lilia picked up there. Diego, Cassio, Galio, all those kind of champions. The Galio pick I actually really do enjoy here. Did GGL play Skarner? I didn't watch the series. I'm curious to see what level ones are gonna come out. I think Harmonix have a pretty strong level one. But we'll have to see. Obviously, the Vigar is a good champion early. It is a pretty strong champion early. I think it can be disrespected early. But obviously, if you're taking cage level one, you're in a bad spot. So we do see a lovely little 5-man stack, looking for a cheeky anyone just stepping forward, looking for a warding, just a little ward-esque like a ward adventure. An early ward drop down, I think, from Kargili in the tri brush. But nothing much coming from this. As the teams will probably look to settle into this game, look for their. I think F and B are gonna probably look to scale quite a bit. You see, Vigar, Cassio, big scaling picks. Also Jinx, she's pretty scaling, but you can get that champion online early. You can start snowballing, take over the game. The comps, they seem that they want to skirmish a little bit here and there, but they don't want to do a lot too aggressive too early. As Lydia's going to start the top side on the red buff, no leash. And I think that is Sam moving, or Sazam moving to the blue buff, no leash as well. So both junglers are going to be pathing down here. So we'll probably see a fight for the bot skull. But we'll have to see where they head. As the Prio mid lane is going to Galio early, which is kind of expected, I think, from this matchup. But this is the matchup I think everyone wants to see in the top lane. Skarner versus Volibear is a blitz hook goes into Narnia and Kargili with the zoning hook, and Davis respecting it, sending the hook backwards. I do enjoy that the look for the interaction. But the level 2 pop first for the Jinx, which is what you would expect from an ADC into a mage, and Christian King. Getting the movement, getting the push forward, or holding the wave in a good spot against the Galio. See, a bit of trading on the top side with Lucian lanes pushed in, and all 3 lanes pushing in for Harmonix early here. Obviously, you're not seeing many gank angles. I don't think Sazam is looking to gank early on this Viego as the Cassio's lane's now pushing out. Cassio already moving down. Christian moving down already. Actually looking for a bot lane roam here, and they're gonna walk forwards. Christian's looking to send it. Kagali's gonna flash. Oh, and he's gonna pull Davis back with the hook onto the ground from the Cassio. The flash has to come out from the Nautilus. That was a lovely little play, and the play's gonna carry on here. Sazam's gonna go jump into the Lilia, and Christian Simeone's gonna play a bit aggressive on this Cassio, only with the Tia flashing forward. But Kargili with the flash forward, the knock-up. Christian sidesteps the E, but he's going to catch the taunt, but Sazam's going to leave it alone. Another flash comes out, I do believe, and that's going to be first blood over to the Viego. Can Fair find an answer? He's been grounded. He can't do anything more. And just hyper-aggression from FNB in this early start of the game. Just sending it on anyone they see. 3 flashes burned on. you're gonna have the question: Is that Casio? Was that Casio flash worth burning? I mean, they got the kill onto Lydia later on, but was it worth in that situation? We're just seeing Volibear crashing his top wave, with the cancelling a few autos. With the first blood going onto the Viego, that is a champion you do want to see getting first blood. He can definitely take over in team fights, looking for resets, but he will also have to play a little bit of frontlining. So if he's accelerating gold, he'll have the items to do enough damage and to also sustain. We're seeing the first resets coming through for the top laners. Grubs spawning in the 10 seconds. Is a great hook from Kargili. Through the minions, the cage is going to come out, but obviously Vigar doesn't do a lot. That much damage too early, just getting his stacks. And David's looking for a hook and just gone wide. I've seen them hit. I've seen them definitely hit. It looks like both junglers, both junglers playing their Raptors. The Gwen Scartani is already towards this top skull crab, looking for these grubs, and Sazam seems to be giving it over. He's going to his grub, his crooks, not his grubs. Davis also looking for Rome with the push out. Just a little bit tense here. Just slowing the game down. I think both sides, a bit of a psycho opening from FMB with their first plays. And Harmonix just going to settle for the grubs. You see the TP comes to the bot side. Starts to reset to his Viego. And it looks like he's immediately going to be pathing towards this Drake. He knows they're on the grubs now. That's going to be the second one down. It should be all three. Uncontested to Harmonix. And now he's actually going to start path topside. His blue buff is spawning. He's going to be delayed for any kind of objective early around the bot wave. Maybe he doesn't want to take this Chem Drake. It's up to him. It is a very bad Drake. It's a bad soul to take, but maybe one Drake by itself isn't too bad. He actually is now moving down to the bot side. He did walk over a ward. They have spotted him from Harmonix. And TP comes out from the Gallo mid lane as we're still watching this top lane. These two beefy boys. Skarner even beefier now. The bear versus the scorpion. Sazam is starting up this Chemtech Drake. Then comes from Wibbly and just takes a turret shot. Christian pros don't fake, just takes the recoil in Feb's face. Getting his first reset of the game, I think that was. But yeah, there's a game slowing down. Kargili looking for. I think it's really about the plays that can be made from these two engaged supports, the Blitzcrank and the Nautilus. Sazam, he's going to be moving topside. He's fighting February 14th. He does have a lot of damage, and Christian's showing up. February just going to overstep here. He's going to be pushed down, slowed down, sorry. He has the flash, and Feb just might have been just thought that the Viego wasn't as strong as he was. Didn't really expect the Cassia to be there as quick as possible. Harmonix have this ball in a solid spot. They have a 10 CS lead on this Jinx, and that is probably the main champion you're looking at. To come out of this early game in a solid spot. Doesn't have to be too far ahead. Obviously, if she is ahead, you're more than happy. But you want the map state to be solid. You want Jinx to be solid, so then she just take over the mid game into the late game. And objective fights, get one reset, and you're cleaning house at that point. But yeah, the next load of grubs, I want to say are spawning in a minute, but I think the spectator has 2 times overlaid. I think it's a minute 30, and I think the herald's in 5 minutes. But I'm struggling to read that one. As you see, Kargili's moving mid on this flashless Galio, punishing the flash, and the ult's gonna come out, stop the Nautilus. Feb's gonna be the first to fall. Davis, he's probably gonna be second. The tournament from Sazam. The CC chain. Oh, Davis gets the flash out. Gets away from the Viego. Oh, But nice play from FMB there, punishing the flash that they burnt already. That's things you like to see in League of Legends. You burn a flash, you must in the lane from one play. Can you punish it? Is it worth burning it? Is it worth burning it before a fight? And they punish it there. Obviously, there's not going to be any major objective fight before that flash came back up. And they get their second kill onto this Viego. You see all Harmonix seem to be in this bot side of the map. They look like they might be looking to set up a play for this bot lane. Lilia is pathing down, clearing down. Galio, but Kaguli, he's looking for a reset, and I think maybe the Vigar will look for a reset in a minute as well. Boy groups pinged, they're respawning in 20 seconds. No one's really in position. Sazim's resetting, he's already on his way up there, so FNB have the first move on the Grubs. See, I don't think Grubs are as powerful as they were at the start of the season, so maybe Harmonix are okay just to give those over, because it's only going to be 3 Grubs. They're only going to get that first kind of stack, not the 5 stack. Zilia shows bot, the ult comes through onto Wibbly Deem. He's going to have to ghost, and Sazim just going to go out as he's going to walk over. Wibbly's going to take the fight. He's going to keep taking the fight. They're looking to burn his ult. The stun comes through. The Volibear is going to ult forward onto the Skarner. He's going to heal back up. Viego's ult comes through, and Deja Fu's going to clean that one up. And Sam looked like he caught off that play, but it looked a little bit of a bait. Wibbly just took it too far, I think. And he was out by just popping that ghost. The Skarner had no ult. They didn't really have the CC to stop him as he walked up. As Cassio gets tagged with the E and Blitzcrank hook comes through, Daba's going to take half of his health as damage for getting stuck in that cage. And that's going to be Grubs over to FMB. And they jumped out to a bit of a small goal lead here. Viego first. Oh, second. I think did him and Galio complete their rounds at the same time? The Roller and the Kraken at the same time. The Viego getting his Kraken this early into the game. He's getting ahead, and there comes the next Roller coming through for the Vigar. The TP comes out of the Vigar as well. Got Gwen Skotani's waiting around this Drake. Clear all his caps. Has pretty good vision. They're maybe just looking to bait in anyone that comes into local vision. They know FMB's bot lane did TP back into the wave, so they probably look to fight this Drake. It is a Mountain Drake. Zaba's just getting a warden on the Raptors. They have the TP from Fool in the top lane, but they don't have the TP from Wibbly who's now answering that wave that has been crashed. And Fool's already moving down, and Skarner can get down here pretty quickly. That's going to be Harmonix conceding that pressure that they had as FNB move in to clear out the vision and probably just to start this Drake straight away. Zaba's still in the area, but you don't have your volley base. TP's not going to be up in time. And Fool moving down, covering mid lane. Very nice play from FNB. Just to play that really slowly. Get your sideways pushed in and move down. Obviously, they're going to have to concede a few plates in the top side to Volibear. But I think they're more than happy to give that over. Puts them 2 Drakes in. As I think we have Infernal Soul. We do have Infernal Soul. And that puts them 2 away from it. And Infernal Soul on this team with the Cassio and the Vigar and the Viego. God. I stuttered on that word. As Daba's going to be stuck in the cage, but the cannon's going to be big bro in him as, oof, Kaguli, just putting it wide. But you can see the clear setup from FNB, like how they're going to approach fights. They can throw down a Vigar cage, anyone gets stuck in it, they're getting blitz hooked. But it's not even that, it's like, even if they don't get stuck in it, you put them into smaller choke points than what there already is. Christian moving forward, putting damage down onto Galio. As if looking and again. But the game again, this game is a very quiet one for both of these teams that can get very aggressive. They seem to be both playing this kind of not passive style. It's more of like the old style of League of Legends, where before objectives you do all the or you tick all the boxes before an objective, and then you take the objective. You do all this stuff like only 3 kills at 14 minutes, but you've got a 1.5k gold lead. You've got 2 Drakes. You've got 3 Grubs. Like they've been FNB have been playing the map really well, and I think Harmonix they're also been playing the map pretty well. They knowing when they can fight, when they can't fight, and you saw that Drake. They had a clear indication of we're not in a good spot here. The Skarner's here first. Volleybag cannot come. There's no point in fighting this. We can just give this one. But then again, it's at the same time. How many times can you do that? How many times can you say, "Oh, we can give this, we can give this, we can give this," until you just say, "We're giving our Nexus." GG go next. So I think Harmonix will need to start fighting soon. Their Jinx has the first item. The fire alarm with beef is keeping you awake in downtime. Bro, I told you, deal with it, man. As again, FNB walking and taking objective uncontested. They were spotted on vision, but they just have the better map rotation and the better map timing there. Kargeli already roaming up. They've got a Viper in the bot lane who's just putting down some hurt onto Jinx, half health. Kargeli here in the mid lane. He's going to walk forward. Feb will actually walk forward, but TP immediately down into the mid lane. That's a three-man, four-man collapse. Wibbly deems him, but he's immediately stunned. The Blitzcrank ult comes out. The hook goes wide. Skarner's the one that's furthest forward, and Feb ults to get pulled back. And oh my, there's a messy fight from Harmonix as the Drowsy comes through. This Sazin falls asleep, and now the rest of Harmonix is showing up. Eclipse is now just being able to free fire in the backline. Gets the first reset. It's a double kill over to the Lilia. And it was a very messy start to the fight for Harmonix. But then I think FNB just pushed it a little bit too far. Sazin flashing on the turret. Getting caught, I think, in the Lilia queue to fall asleep. Obviously, he's looking for the reset, but oh, that one's gonna sting a little. The immediate teleport from Wibbly to answer that collapse mid. That was a really nice collapse from FNB as well. But you can see there's clear signs that they're willing to push this a little bit too far than they should, really. They also did fight without that Viper. Kargeli's here mid again. Feb's gonna E out and the hook's just gonna go wide. Seeing first items completed for everyone but the supports, which is a very usual thing unless you're playing a damage support where you have more items than anyone in the game because I don't know, supports get gold free. But Davis is clearing a ward and he's being collapsed on by 3. He's going to be stunned. The hook's not going to be able to buffer. Gwen Skotani's here, but he's going to die. He's going to take the kill. Just caught looking to clear a ward in a bad spot. I mean, they didn't really have vision on that one spot of the jungle of the enemy team because there was a ward that just expired in the Tri-Brush. There's a ward behind the Dragon Pit, but they didn't come from there. They came from the other side, which is unfortunate. Fortunate timing, but that's going to lead to this first Infernal Drake because Fool and Wibbly are just duking out. Fool's going to ult him. Back under turret. He's going to take one tower shot, take another tower shot. He's going to heal for a lot. Koskatani's here. They're looking to dive this. That is a Skarner. And I think diving a tank at this point in the game, you're going to have 3 men. There's a TP coming in. It's going to be Christian coming in to TP. I don't think the Cassia really wants to take this fight unless anyone walks in. The 3 members strong. They're going to look for this tower in the top lane. That's actually going to be first tower of the game. So it's actually not as bad as the play as it looks. The Herald drop mid. They're going to concede this mid tower. The TP comes back mid. I think that is the Galio, if I'm not mistaken. As the root down on the Vigar. Clips ulting away. But I don't think you'd win that if you get hit by the ults, as the mid lane turret is going to fall as a Davis. I don't think you want that fight. The stun comes through, but Kylie doesn't have the hook. Viego is looking to find the kill. He's going to ult forward. Davis has to flash out. And the Galio comes through, and Sazim, has he gone too far? He's just switched to the Nautilus. He's going to ult back out, and the TP comes through from full to answer, and it's just a moment where, again, caught in a bad spot, a spot you shouldn't really be in. But you can see FNB were unsure to go for that because they weren't sure if people were actually behind them in the jungle or not. As Wibbly and Scott are looking for this Cassie on the top side, they all come through onto 2, and Christian's just looking for the Lilia instead. A TP coming through. I think that's the Vigar coming into the top lane, and the Viego is here as well. Christian's going to flash out. He's not going to take any damage, not die from this. He's playing on the edge though. He's really low. He's looking to heal, and Wibbly's volleyball running away. Flash forward from Myers the King, but Wibbly's not going to die as well, and the health bars are really low. Sam's looking for the first reset. He gets the first. Now Gwen Scottani, and I think Sam could just send this on and get a double kill. And it's going to be the double kill with the Diego. And another great collapse from FNB. Immediate reply to the play. And now Sazam, 2 items on this Viego, 6 kills. He is in a strong position to start taking over this game even more. But I think the next critical fight is at 2 minutes 30 at this Infernal Soul. Still only about a 2 to 3k gold lead for FNB. It's not too insurmountable. But Harmonix need to get this Jinx to 2 items in those 2 minutes. And is it possible? It should be possible to earn that amount if they can just play for a tower and just funnel the Jinx with some gold. They're looking for a play on this top side again. They know this Cassia doesn't have flash. Christian is respecting it heavily, and I don't think anyone was spotted on a ward. Oh no, there was a ward. Well, that was a very nice ward placement. FNB slowly choking out the vision in the top side of the map, but the jungler is on the bot side looking for this Drake. I think Fool is just taking the bot tier 1 unanswered because Viego is in the area and that jungle is just slowly becoming his domain. Little by little, they need to find a way to push him out of this as Davis is walking forward. When Skatani is towards the top side, clearing a ward. The look is the Jinx going to be able to get 2 items before this fight, or are they going to have to struggle as you see the Rower fully evolved there for Christian, as well as for the Vigar. It's also come through on the Galio. This really is built from the Galio. I've seen this in solo queue a few times. The kind of like pseudo tank / engage champion as Lilia or Gwen Scottani resetting 40 seconds to this Infernal Soul point. The fight that will probably decide which way this game is going to swing. FNB, their goal lead is slowly expanding a bit now. You see the Tool pushing in the top wave, but not pushing it too much. And Feb's going to be the first to face check here, and they're just death pushing, and they don't see him. Feb's going to just fall before the Drake even comes through. The ult comes through from Viego, and that looks like the Infernal Soul is going to be taken. Feb just walking in there, not knowing that they're stood there. And I'm not really sure what the answer is. I think you just have to go to Baron here if you're a Harmonix. You have to push mid, you have to run to Baron or take the mid tower. You can see, they immediately see that that's a possibility. They take the Drake quickly. They're running in saying, you can't go here. They're gonna push him back out. FNB are. And Cogly's gonna look for a hook. He's gonna hook back the Nautilus onto the Casio, and that was a poor positioning for Davis again. And Fool's now gonna grab the Jinx. And the Jinx is just going to explode. And I think that might just be game. Obviously, we still got to play it out. They're going to take Baron. But that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. A pick into Soul into another pick that just turns the game. And very solid play from FNB. Unless Scott can steal this. He has flash. Cogly's gonna miss the hook. Oh, the flash forward, he's gonna steal it! Oh, Okay, man. He's gonna die for it, but I don't think he cares. That is gonna be Baron over to Harmonix. And I should stall out the game a bit. Obviously, I think the game is more or less over in a way, but you do a few of those and the other team will start to shake, you know, get a little bit nervous. There's a collapse coming definitely on this time, the Casio. As TPs are coming in, the Galio comes over the top. It's a triple TP to the top side, but the Casio is just gonna die. The shutdown goes over to Feb. Eclipse is here. They're gonna go 1-for-1. Eclipse is gonna pick up a second. Sazim is now showing up. The hook goes wide from the from the Blitzcrank. He's gonna all forward, but Eclipse is free firing in the back line. There's another shutdown going over to the Jinx. Now Marju's the king. He has no case. He has no he has no abilities. I think he's going to be the next to fall, and it's a triple kill over to the Jinx, and this game might have just turned over to Harmonix. Oh no, FMB, you haven't thrown this, have you? A beautiful fight for Harmonix. They've been looking to collapse onto Christian all game. And I was praising FMB's collapses in the top side, or like counters to like collapses and ganks all game with their TPs, and they double TP to this one, but their timing was just a little off, and Christian died before they could do anything. And when Christian's gone, you don't really have a reliable source of DPS. Obviously, the Viego can do a DPS in a way, but he is a burst champ in some aspects as well. And the Viego, if he doesn't have does he really have kill threat onto that Jinx? And the Jinx now accelerated, looking for the third item. I was talking about they want the second item before Drake, and now you're staring at a 3-item Jinx. Shiv, i.e. Last Whisper, gonna come through. Siskana is gonna melt. This Blitz is gonna melt, and they're gonna go forward. Davis flash hooks onto the Casio, but onto 3 from Christian Simeone. It's probably gonna turn this fight. Christian is still alive. He's taunted now. Jinx is looking for the reset. They're gonna get the first one, and actually no. FMB can't turn this. That was a huge ult, but they didn't have that Skarner there, so they couldn't really threaten anyone else. And Harmonix are just throwing everything at this Casio. They know the Casio is the problem. You see how long it took them to kill the Casio. 3 items now on for Christian, but Eclipse managed again just to find the free time, find the space, just a free hit. So they're gonna take this bot turret with the Baron. And this gold lead is all but evened up now. We have a bit of a game on our hands, friends. In this mid-game, FMB looked very strong. They looked very poised, just in a very strong position. They got their Infernal Soul, and then just I can't really say one overstep on a team fight, because they're just unlucky in the way it went. They had the timing. They sent the double TPs top, and Sam and I think Kagili were just a tiny bit too far away for the fight to really fall into their favor. And Eclipse managed just to get the reset and just start pumping damage out everywhere. And there's now 3 items on this Jinx. Looking going across the table with their lane counterpart and the Vigar. Only 2 items so far. This Jinx is definitely online coming into this fight at Elder in 1 minute. And again, FMB stacking. They have vision control. There is a ward behind them, and there's also the Skull Crab that they are basically stood on. And Harmonix, they should respect it this time. They don't have the TP on Gallo, and he's the one on the top side, but he does have his ult. He's level 16, so he can move down. And you can see FNB are playing this slow. They're just waiting. They see the enemy team on the blue. And now they're going to start to squeeze this jungle. And Kargili with a great hook onto Davis. Davis just didn't see it coming, and that's going to be the Nautilus down. That's going to be a pick before Drake. Again, FMB finding these picks. Kargili, what a hook. I believe Davis was on a ward, but I'm not sure if Kargili placed it or it was already placed and Davis didn't know he stood on the wall. But that's going to be Elder Drake. Or should be Elder Drake over the side of FMB, but I'm not sure about Sam Smites this game. As Wibbly looks like to be pushing in mid, and Baron is going to be spawning about a few seconds later, and if I think Harmonix are saying we can give over the Elder, we're just going to keep mid push and keep this mid prio, so they can't really move to it. And as long as the Viego's here, they're not threatening the Elder, they're not going for it. As they move down now, they concede the pressure and they move back into the river. FMP full should just be out of that. He's not worried. He's just going to bingo with good chilling on the way out as everyone is up now for Harmonix. 5 mana strong. Kargali's gonna ult. The cage is gonna come through. The Elder's gonna come through now, and that's gonna be the first to fall. And they should just start clearing this fight. Sazan flashes forward. The hook goes to Eclipse. He is one shot by the Blitzcrank, and that's gonna be a double kill over to Viego. Skarner grabs the fourth. They should be able to push mid and end the game here. We'll be trying to recall in the bush, but he's not stood in the bush. See, he's going to take a lot of healing. He's going to die mid-air. That should just be game 1 over. FMB drawing first blood in this series. You have to see how Harmonix are going to adapt to game 2. Oh, no, they're not going to look to end. We're getting blue balled. Maybe, yeah, the timers are a bit short. No point in risking it. You take the Baron, you can then take the rest of the map. And FMB playing this kind of this more controlled style, I think, than we've seen them most of the season. Just every objective, they seem to be able to just have vision control a minute or 2 minutes before, and just slowly suck out the vision area from the opposition and put them into spots that they don't really want to. And they're also just playing into bushes. Like they've got one, I think 2 picks now from just sitting in bushes. The good old Fnac bush, it never fails. Also, Kargili with the hooks. Great hook before that Elder fight on Stabis. Also great for the entire FMB team. Just playing this entire style very well and very solidly. The Harmonix, I think, just need to be able to contest earlier in the objectives. They seem to concede a bit too much in the early game. Firstly, a scaling comp. Obviously, both comps scale, but Vigar, Cassio just sounds like it scales even harder than what you drafted, and not being able to accelerate the game, being able to fight for Drakes in the early game just from the picks, getting picked off in bad spots. It's not that helpful in a game. And you hopefully they look to improve that in game 2. You see now the push coming through on the bot wave and the top wave, and they're just going to play around these two Baroned up cannon minions they have. FMBR as full pushing in this top wave. Obviously the waves are very heavily desynced. You probably want someone going into that mid wave, pushing that one in as well, as now they rotate into mid as a 5. Maybe they need to just go 3-1-1 or like they're moving as Kargili hooks Whipley forward. He's gonna be it up, and Fedmar's just gone a bit too far. There is a Blastcon there as Fool's gonna TP in. He's just gonna send it, and Fed's gonna just walk this one out, and that was a big CC chain, and the Volibear managed to escape. But that is gonna be the mid inhibitor falling, and the top inhibitor probably falling as well. Sam, he's pushing in this bot wave as well, and this Baron is going to crack open this base. Probably going to look to put 3 forward. Oh, Davos the flash hook, it just goes wide, and the Cassio is so far, they can't follow up. Davos gets hooked back into the back line as Eclipse is just killed on the side. And that's all your damage. Tiny finds a 3-man sleep, but is he going to lead to much? Probably no. The taunt comes through from Fed, but this Vigar is untouched. The Cassio is just healing. The ult comes through from Marju's the King. And they're all just dying as Sam is ending the game. And that's just going to be game 1. Going over to FMB. Very, very good showing from them. Obviously, I'm assuming there's flex picks and stuff. With the Aiden swap, there's definitely swaps into the bot lane that can go for mages and stuff. Obviously, Sam gets a game 2 of Viego after a very good Viego game. The bans for Harmonix and Nivea Zia Orn, I do believe they're the same from game 1. But FMB, I do like the adjustment here. How they had, I can't remember what ban they had as well. They dropped, but they had the Wukong and the Talia bans from game 1. But because they don't have first pick, they decide we're gonna ban the Vigar. You're not first picking that. Go play Jinx. You should ask this rounds. But yeah, game two underway of this series. As we just see 5 men walking mid from FMB and then they walk away. Okay, man, they're taking the piss already. But yeah, now Harmonix will back to analysis hat on. Analyze the game at hand. Jarvan with the first damage of the game, and he's gonna find a Sun and Assassin. He's Mastery 6 flexing, and he's gonna catch an Annie Q for that. And then he's going to type scumbag in chat. So Feb just won the war. Sam is tilted. But yeah, we're going to see what these junglers start. I think Sam will probably look to start top and path bot again. He has really ample setup in that bot lane. The Swain and the Nautilus. Nautilus finds the hook. You can find the pullback. But I'm waiting. I'm sure it will happen this game. Martin Juicer King is going to pull back someone and some CC is going to go wide. I can just feel it's going to happen. And it's going to happen at a critical time, and Sam is just going to ult F4 the game. You see, Nautilus mid, let's go! Oh, okay, it's not really. We all got baited. Yeah, I think both teams probably just going to play this early game again. A little bit slow, like they did last time. Look to scale for their first item or two, look to play objectives slowly. But I want to see Harmonix push their bot lane, get their bot lane snowballing. I want to see this Jarvan bot lane, getting this Jinx in a good spot, because I don't think the Jinx is going to have a good lane here against the Swain, and there's a double root come through. That was going to headbutt away, plus 22 gold, See, Alistair level 1, though, is not really a champion, so they will always have to concede pressure here, as this Rumble... How much can this Rumble do into the Skarner? I think the Rumble also will probably need to snowball and get ahead, as Feb's going to look forward. Another root comes through from Mind Juicer King, and he's just going to be stacking his passive. The little zap comes through up to the Kargili Nautilus. Feb taking a lot of damage. Now mid lane. Chrissy not taking much in return. So this bot lane, they seem to just keep going at each other as Wibbly doing things on Rumble. I think Fool probably had to concede that cannon. Oh no, he hasn't conceded that cannon. I was thinking it was Wibbly that actually missed the cannon. Also, we're seeing the comment on Skarner, which I'm not opposed to, as another root comes through, and the hook with good layer of CC. Kargili couldn't get the ult off onto the Jinx. And again, it's like Vigar Cage. If you have a competent Swain player and not Granny Spanner, you're gonna hit these E's. I'm waiting for him to say something in chat. Oh, and as I praise Mind Juicer King, he misses one. Davis sends it all for a bit of zap poke. As Kargili walks in and gets the root, but the Jarvan's here. Eclipse is so low on mana, has to flash out. And Gwen Skartani, they're probably going to have to force this, but the flashes are all up. And Sassim's here as well. He hit the health bar advantage. He's looking for something. He got pushed by Davis, has to flash. As the first blood could be coming from Wibbly, the ignite comes through. No, it's not. The flash out from Fool. But the flash goes from the Jinx. He's going to get the root. The flash fall from Kargili, but the headbutt away. No, the Q from the Swain's going to clean it up, and Davis just couldn't save the ADC in time. And Eclipse is just being a magnet towards these roots from Swain, and Christian doing well in this mid lane. Seems like he's played this champion before, guys. He's not using the W mechanic though. We're a bit upset with that. I say I. But yeah, this is the first blood again. Going over to Harmonix. This time he's going to their ADC, not their jungler, but I'm in the area already as well for that that counter gank. You see, both junglers are playing around this bot side. They're both. We might see a little scuffle for these grubs. We'll have to see. we see the last chapter buy for the Swain versus the cool buy for the Jinx. This Jinx is not going to have a good time with the wave pushing out as well. Grub spawning. Oh, the CS difference in the bot lane is just going to slowly increase, I think, as they're going to look for the fight. Davis is going to catch every root, every bit of CC, going to be half health. Oh my, that's a lot of damage. And it's not looking the best early game for Harmonix here. They might have to concede whatever's going to happen to them. Just have to bend over gracefully. But FNB not looking to have this wave slow push. They're just looking to push this one out. Take their CS lead, keep them on the turret. As the Drake is spawned, so they probably do want that time window in case Scott comes down to contest the Drake. But when we first Drake again over to FNB. Oh, a double root from my Juicer King. It's not going to lead to much, but it was nice to look at. As the camera is doing its best just to keep on where the action is, and this time it is this bot lane.
Red team has slain the dragon.
As you see, the first Drake goes over to FNB. Feb roam top with Jarvan. Top wave, not the best spot for Fall, but he doesn't really care. He is a walking scorpion that does not wish to be barbecued. He's going to throw a rock at you, and then he's going to walk away and smile. There's another root comes through, and I don't know how that one hit. That one looked real far. As Christian's going to find the ult mid lane, and the Tibber's going to come through, but he buffeted it with his own ult. And now Sam's here, and Feb only has stun, and he's going to die to Christian, but that's going to be Sam finding the first reset. He's going to find the stun because the Q is already stacked when you do that. Scott taking a lot of damage. Sam doing his best with anti-mechanics, trying to find something, but that's going to be an all for all, and you know Nico wins those. The jungler showing up, and Eclipse going to find an ultimate CC chain, but Kargly pulled Eclipse out of the Swain W. See, Az doesn't do a lot of damage. Gwizzkotani's so low in the middle, but Sam, you've gone too far, but he's not on the turret. He's not taking turret aggro because he hasn't altered anyone. He's going to die anyway, but he didn't actually hit anyone, so the turret didn't aggro onto him. That's going to be a kill over to the Annie, and Sam just doing a little bit of trolling. Yeah, you see this bot lane lead is just a little bit too much. You see Wibbly's actually he's here in the bot lane. I'm not sure if they spotted him on the ward. There was spam pings for 2 pings of question mark at the top. There is a ward in the bush, but I don't think he would have spotted him. I think he did just sneak in. Just in case they dove, which is very sneaky play from the top lane. You don't really see that much. Even it grow. I mean, his wave's in a good spot. It's slowly pushing out. It just crashed, so he didn't have to be there. And I think Harmonix would definitely look to set up the play for these grubs again in 1 minute. Drake in 2 minutes 40, so it was a nice timing, and see Davis already moving up here. We've seen 2 Viegos on the map. Obviously, one of them is Christian as Nico. He's going to find the route onto Feb. Feb's going to take a lot of damage. This is going to be a pick again for FNB before any objective fight. But no, the knockups come through. The headbutts come away, and the Viego might die. But the double root comes through from the Nico. It's Davis going to collect the kill. And Davis with the savior play onto Feb. Managed just to get the headbutt of the Nico away and find the knockup onto the Viego, so he couldn't cast that auto attack to finish off the Annie. As the ult comes through from Wibbly. Chris is going to take a bit of damage. He's going to flash forward, get the ignite. He's going to W and get the flash out of the Nico. And that should be the grubs going over to Harmonix. And the picks before objectives last game led very strong for FNB, and they almost found one there, but Harmonix were there to answer immediately. So they're not actually going to be moving to these grubs. Scott is moving down to maybe look for a play in this boss side, but I don't really know what's here, and you're going to give over the grubs again for free instead of trying to stack them. I guess maybe it's worth it again, because obviously they don't get the 5 and you already have 3. But it just seems that the positioning is off because there's not really a play to be made down here. as your bot lane are pushing out, but the enemy jungler is topside. As you can see, they're looking for a play, but that's a Swain Nautilus. If you dive in there, you're going to take a lot of damage. And how much damage do you have to repeat? You only have Berserker Greaves on this Jinx with a Doran's Blade versus a Lost Chapter on the Swain. Maybe it is just to cover a push out. Have early tempo for the Drake. Drake in 40. But now the Jinx has to reset, and Christian might be found by Scott. He's going to get ulted, and the Nico is going to come through. And the Jinx rocket, oh, it's headbutted wide. It's not going to go through, but the Nico should just fall here, and they're going to find that pick before the Drake. It's a very nice pick, actually, to pick up. Unlucky that the Jinx rocket didn't connect. The headbutt was just a bit wide. But you picked up one, and they're not going to be available for Drake. They don't have TP. I think they're going to spawn 1 second when Drake respawns, and Scott's actually going to take a reset here. Whibley already on his roam down. He's pushed his top wave in, so the Fool has TP. He has the TP advantage in his top wave. So if FNB are looking to fight this, they can TP down with their Skarner if that Rumble shows up. You see Swain looking for Eclipse. He's going to be picked up quickly. The Ghost and Ghost are going to go. They're both going to Ghost, sorry. And the root comes through. Oh, and they couldn't. Marjorie King couldn't get the second cast of R. That's going to be the Swain all gone. That's going to be a TP coming down from forward. They're going to start a fight, but Eclipse just walk forward into no one, and Swain's going to jump forward, flash forward, and find the Q, and that's going to be the DPS one going through, and that's a double stun, double root from the Skarner, and this team fight is just going crazy. But Wibbly Team's going to find the one, and everyone is now just stacked on top of each other. Feb is so far just standing up on the side, and Fool's going to be next to Fool. Christian Simeone is now showing up to this fight, and I think it's a 2-for-2 overall. And what a bit of a chaotic fight that just exploded. The Swain now has 3 kills. Jinx couldn't pick up any, but bit of a mess from both sides. Obviously unlucky for Marge as the King. Couldn't pick up the kill onto Jinx with the traps coming out. But then for Harmonix just to try to re-engage, that was an okay re-engage, but the Jinx, they were only fully forced to re-engage when the Jinx got caught with walking forward into Viego. And no one's going to take the Drake from that. Gold lead is even. But this time, FNB have their Nico and they have Nico ult. They also have Rocket Belt. They don't have any ult. They don't have any ults other than Jarvan ult. FNB are playing this one slowly. They're being pushed off. Wibbly's already here. Dejafull on the flank with Sam as the Skarner. Alistar's marking them, and there's 4 men around this Drake. They're going to send this forward. This could be a huge Nico. It's going to find 2. Not find a lot of damage, but the Drake's going to be taken by Sam. But that's a huge Jarvan trapping everyone in there. But the Swain is just in the middle of the fight. He's just power tanking for everything. He's just healing up. He does not care. The Jinx rocket goes through. Only hits Cargill. The flashback. I think that was from Davis. That's going to be Eclipse falling. Another hook straight through. The Skarner Scorpion comes through and grabs him out of the sky and sends him back. And Marcus and King just cleans up the fight. And what seemed to be a very solid position to start that Drake for Harmonix just turned into a very bad situation. And Nico was able to walk forward uncontested. Managed to land an ult. The Jarvan ult was huge, but it trapped everyone in the Swain ult. Wibbly's going to flash forward. He's going to be looking for Marge as a King. As Fool goes wide, he's going to ult him. And Fool, he's just going to survive. He's not going to burn away, and it's going to be a 1-for-1. Wibbly flash for the Swain. It is a shutdown, so it probably is worth it. Yes, Herald is spawned now. No Swain available just yet. Wibbly, he's going to be he's not up either right now, so I don't think anyone's going to look to fight for this. As Eclipse is boss side as well. Jinx looking to find any sort of gold, any sort of items. Very behind the pace of last game. I think Jinx was averaging about 9 CS per minute. This game, nowhere near that mark. This way, and he has Malignance now. Viego with his Kraken. The Rockable for the Nico. Malignance Eclipse Leandries for the top side of FNB Harmonix. It's just this Jinx out. Like the 4 non-supports that is just really behind it as Wibbly clearing his way. Before he's gonna walk this one out. No, he's gonna be always. He is taking a lot of damage. Wibbly can't really get in there with a W. He's gonna find the ignite. Fool's gonna find the shield. Oh, he just can't find the kill on the robot. But I think is Wibbly gonna die? Oh, Scrap Shield just saves him. And that's gonna be a pick, but they have to concede this pressure bot side. They expend a lot. And it could just be a TP coming out to this bot and into this top tower. As Majesty King is going to take first turret. Now I think if you're Deja Fool, you're probably going to take that. You didn't really expend anything. You're just losing a bit of farm, but you're a tank. Don't think you care. You have your core item. You can see the little bit of anti-synergy that was happening there with the Rumble Jarvan. If Rumble doesn't have ult, Rumble can't really do damage in the Jarvan ult because I think his W isn't exactly the exact range. It's a little bit awkward.
Courageous Giga Guard.
Yeah, FMB Harmonix now. Actually, they're playing on this vision. Margus King's gonna face check the flash forward from Davis. The ult's gonna come through. They're gonna send everything onto Margus King. He's gonna fall, but Nico's gonna find the ult, and it's not gonna matter. It's gonna be too clean for Harmonix. And they used a bit of FMB source on FMB. You want to camp in bushes? We'll camp in bushes as well, friend. That's gonna be a herald over. Very nice from Harmonix. Play around the vision. Obviously, the Jinx didn't manage to pick up any of the kills, but Urani did pick up a few. That's a good thing for the future. They're gonna drop this Herald. They should be able to get this mid turret. The mid turret is always mid outer is always the best turret to take in the tier ones. Maybe they can't get it. Maybe everyone's gonna show up a bit too early. Yeah, then unfortunately they can't get it, but they get it low enough. You see the Cloud Drake pings are coming through. It's going to be a Cloud Soul this game, which is very good for, I think, both teams. Ult spammers and movement speed after ult is always good. They did expend, I think all their ults, all their damaging ults, onto the Swain, which, I mean, at that point, it is probably worth it. You get the Herald from it. You don't need your ults right now. They're going to be up for the next fight. See, they're pinging exactly where FMB are. Harmonix. They know that they're Christian Simeone. He's going to walk through, look for the tangle bars. He's going to find the route, the flash forward from Kargili, the flash forward from Davis. Everyone's going to be rooted up, everyone's going to be stunned forward. And Eclipse is just going to die in the backside, but I think Wibbly's going to clean up Sam. And that's going to be a 2-for-2 trade so far. Manchester King is taking a lot of damage, but he's healing it all back up. The root comes forward onto Feb. Feb might... Oh, he's just got this one out. And it was just a Tangle Bar was hit from Christian that found the Eclipse that just sparked that off, and all the ults were thrown forward for this Drake, but it was jungler for jungler trade, ADC for support. But Rumble and he's still alive here. Swainova is all not as strong in team fights, so he's gonna have to take his time, and they're gonna wait for everyone to reach ball before they even think about starting this Drake. FMB clearing out vision. Looking to play this one slow. They do have prior on that bot wave. Mid wave is a bit contested. Christian just gonna walk up. Zap's gonna go wide. Scottani just looking to get his smite evolve. You see this Drake's not started yet. Harmonix walking down to the bot side. Feb's not full health, so he's really just gonna be looking to ult just to peel as they're gonna move in as 5. They know Skarner's below them. Skarner was clearing that wave. They know that Nico is mid lane. So they have good position around this Drake. And see, we'll be marking Skarner. And so FMB is just going to concede this. They know they're not in a good position. And they're going to march into mid lane and get that mid turret. And Harmonix a bit slow to react to that one. You see, Eclipse gets the reset so they can move across quickly. But a very good answer from FMB. Just to recognize, like Harmonix did last game, say, we're not in the best position here. Probably not worth the fight. We already have 2 Drakes. Let's just give that a Kakali. You might be caught by the Rumble. So, They're looking to defend their own mid-tier one here, and Harmonix, just with the counter punch, you didn't push mid far enough. We're going to take the turret. Kakali going to hook in. He's going to hook a minion. Almost went the way he didn't want to go. Both teams just answering each other's plays, saying, okay, cool, you take Drake, we take turret. Okay, cool, you take our turret, we take your Drake. We take your turret. There's a Christian with a minion, and he's going to find Eclipse. I didn't really see that on the minimap. Oh my. I'm not tripping. There was no health bar on that minion that we could have seen. And Christian with the typical Nico play. Someone didn't count their casters. And that's going to be Eclipse of his 5th death of the game. As Jinx is not having a good time. The gold lead, it's still relatively even. So Harmonix, they don't need to really worry about this. The Jinx is struggling to get any sort of farm, any sort of items, and you look across Swain, 2 items now with the Rylai's, and I think approaching a death cap. Not sure what Swain is going to go third. Is it going to be a death cap? Nico as well approaching, I think, Storm Surge second. Like the 2 insane burst carries of FNB, Swain and Nico, very far ahead of the curve. With the Rumble, 2 items almost approaching 3 with 10 stack Dark Seal. He definitely can pump out the damage with the ult. Jarvan now with 2 items as well. Annie also with Rylai's and Malignance. If the Rumble can follow up on an Annie ult stun, the damage that will be dealt during that will be a little bit disgusting. You see Harmonix looking to give this top tier 1. To give Jinx a little bit of gold. They didn't have mid power, so Scott had to be the one to go answer that. Baron is the objective currently on the map, but I don't think either team will want to really force this right now. I definitely don't think Harmonix want to. I think they just want to give their Jinx a little bit more time. A Shiv and a pickaxe is all they've got. Definitely just want to take the farm and at least get to 2 items. Also, they could just wait for Wibbly to get in his 3rd item. I wanna say he's going Crypt Bloom. I can't fully remember item builds off the back of my hand. He could just go for a Medjai's instead of the Dark Seal, you know. Pick up another book. See this division battle right now. FNB have a lot of vision on the map. A lot of vision around boss side as well. As the Rumble will come through, the fight's gonna get started off, and the combo was a bit weird, but that's just gonna be Marjo's the King having to flash to the other side, and that might just be the Baron start. They didn't hotpot it correctly. They sent the Rumble in and then the Jarvan ult with a Feb TP to answer. And they find that pick on Marjo's the King, who was forced to run topside. But that's gonna mean Harmonix now. They're just gonna walk bot wave instead. The Drake up in 40. They get a pick. It doesn't lead to much. And it was a Rumble flash for a Swain flash. But I think the Swain flash might be a little bit more valuable right now in the current state of this game, as the Crypt Loop comes through on this Rumble. 3 items on the Rumble. 2 items for the Viego, 2 items for the Nico. Shadow Flame, yeah, I completely forgot Shadow Flame exists. PF Sword now for the Jinx. Slowly getting there. Okay, we're in another situation where Harmonix is not as bad as last game, where the early game just felt like they gave up way too much. They seem to be looking for picks now. They seem to be a lot more active on the map. We need to find this, we need to do this, we need to look for stuff in this situation. This Drake is going to be up now. 4th Drake of the game. Can put FNB onto Soul Point. They did concede the last Drake. And Christian is a minion this time. Now I can see him. He doesn't have his own health bar. For a spectator, that is very annoying to look at. Christian just looking for a flank, and Harmonix pushing out midway, but then they're scared to go into the river. They had mid prior, but they don't have bot prior. They don't really have any vision. They're now starting to contest. There is just one ward that can spot them. And they're gonna clear that out, so that vision will now go dark for F&B. And they don't know where this rumble is. I think they spotted him around bot side, but they're pushing him mid instead. And I think now they're gonna, yeah, Sam's just reset. They're gonna give over this Drake, and F&B seem like they just conceded that way too easily. They're moving up to see if they can start Baron, but I don't think it's possible. But I've seen crazier things. Yeah, Harmonix played that really well, but I think F&B played that very poorly. They just allowed them to walk in. Obviously, they have to get mid pyro and just let them push in, but they let them just literally take one of the controllers. And Sam might be caught here. Gonskatani's going to find the ult. The ult's going to come through from Sam as a reply to escape. Wibbly's in the area. He's looking to ult, but they're not going to get the rumble out. And it's ult for ult trades on the jungler. As Fool is looking just to smack this bot wave in. As Christian just looking for something, as Sam, the TP comes through as well. The Zap comes through, just gonna slow the Nico. Fool, the TP was a bit bad, but he's gonna get the TP out of Feb. I don't really know what we're TPing for here. I guess maybe Fool thought there's a fight gonna play out, and oh, here we go. Harmonix not death pushing. Feb is just baiting. He's just a little girl in the river. You can't do much, but they're gonna bait Fool into it. Fool's gonna fall straight away, but the Nico, the 4 men's gonna find everyone, and he's gonna dive through it though. But what a play from Christian, but he's not gonna lead too much. The Jinx Rocket comes through, but Margus the King is healing up on everyone, and now they're cleaning up the fight. What was a great pick for Harmonix, just didn't really turn out that well, and it's a 3-for-2 trade. Clips got away from Christian, but Christian with a huge ult. And I mean, it's good to find a pick onto anyone that face checks you, but obviously you see Fool, he survives for as longer than you'd expect, meaning the rest of his team can probably do a lot more. Right? If it's Margus the King or it's Christian face checking there, they probably die over like a second. But it's going to lead to no Barons, and the gold lead stays even. The fight relatively stayed even. But this Swain is definitely a problem. Having to drop the Seeker's Arm Guard for the Zhonya's, probably going to have enough gold to fully complete Zhonya's. Yep, it's 3 out in Swain now, 3 out in Viego. When will you start to see the anti-heal coming through for Harmonix? As this Swain seems to just be able to heal through all their damage. The Jinx still on the first item. IE now collected in base. 2 item Jinx, 28 minutes. Last game we're looking at 29 minutes, 3.5 item Jinx. It's not been the best game for Eclipse, and they've struggled to really find their way into it. Wibbly almost 4 items. Well, he's got his Zhonya's now. This rumble will start to hurt. It's definitely going to hurt. Like, there's no doubt about it. This rumble is going to hurt you. Not level 16 though. They're looking to collapse on rumble. Flash over from Kargly. The stun comes through. The Tangle Barb's a great CC chain. Kargly's the one that gets the shutdown, not Sam. But I think it doesn't matter at this point. I think you take that if you're F&B. That's going to lead to the Dragon. But Gwen Skatai's just going to start it. Feb's going to look through. Christian with the flash forward. Finds a 3-man ult onto the Annie. And oh, the headbutt away. Swain can't find the ult, but they're going to find the first kill onto the Annie. Assassin's going to look for the reset. Eclipse is into the wrong side of town. He's going to be the next to fall. And it seems like a really big swing. Just another play from F&B, just like last game, where they're going to be able to both take this gold lead and just send it to the moon. They find one pick, and they find another. Well, not another. They find a team fight straight after the pick in a pressure situation. As Fool is just going to marshal Gwen Scottani away. You can't come into the Baron pit. Get out of here, man. And it's a great fight for F&B. Gold lead now sitting at about 2k. Just purely off Baron alone. But that's going to be Drake spawning as well in the next 30. Sidewaves, not really prepped that too well for FMB. The top wave is pushing into them, and no one's going to answer it. They do have a TP on the Nico, but the Nico wants to be running mid lane. They'd be looking for a pick for this Drake fight. I think FMB, you do not want to concede this Drake as easily as you did the last two. You have Baron, you just push in the sideways. I mean, they know what they're going to do here. As a full almost sending away from the blue bar. Actually, no, they're just going to walk into River. Just push you mid and just walk into River and say, come fight us. I think they probably want to fight. We're now pushing in this bot side, clearing out the vision. Okay, they are playing it slow. So they have their bot wave pushing in. So we see the little dragon dance beginning. Mid wave now being picked up by Harmonix. Everyone just standing as 5, just kind of staring at you. No one really tempting to start the objective. As David's going to take the route, and that's going to be Wibbly's ult comes through. He's going to flash forward onto the Swain. The Jarvan goes through. They're just looking for the Swain, but they don't have anti-heal. Swain has Zhonya's, and they're also going to walk in. The Nico was only going to hit Tibbers. It's not going to do a lot, but that's going to be Eclipse falling. That's going to be Wibbly falling now. And FMB are just cleaning up this fight, and I think Harmonix has pulled the trigger too prematurely, and that might just be the game. It should at least be mid inhibitor at minimum for Harmonix, for FMB, sorry. Yeah, Harmonix. I mean, I said it earlier. With the pick onto the Swain, that they got the hot pot engaged wrong. They're playing the Rumble ult into Jarvan ult, where it should be Jarvan ult into the Rumble ult, where you Rumble on where the Jarvan is ulting. But again, no anti-heal when you're attacking Swain and Viego, who also heals up a lot. Like, maybe it's like, oh, it's not worth it, it's just one champion, but that Swain is just healing through your damage. He does not carry. Now he's building tank as well. He is drain tanking you. And they're going to take mid and hip. They're going to take tier 2 bot. Rotate into this tier 2 top. And probably just going to not be able to take this one. This Harmonix, I mean, I said it last game. I said it earlier when they got the Baron. FMB just grab a lead and they just run with it, and they've just boosted basically an even game in 3 minutes to a 5k gold lead. Harmonix seems to be staring at losers bracket unless they can find a Omega play. But again, you look at it, this Jinx, ever since they built the IE at 28 minutes, they picked up 2 longswords. Their carries are not in a good spot. Not in a good spot to really do a lot. You see the Oblivion comes through for Rumble now, selling the Dark Seal. Wibbly identifying the problem is that Swain, and I think, yeah, that problem is the Swain, but you just need to play it slow. You need to let this Jinx be able to pick up gold again, but I don't think they're going to let that happen. They're just looking to clear the wave as a team. Health bars just look massive from the side of FMB. As Davis is going to send it, Gwenskotani is going to send it. The Rumble comes through, but it's only going to connect. It's actually going to connect on the Swain. Swain's just standing on top of it. Lucretia Simeone is going to Zhonya's. He's going to Zhonya's on 1 health, but they're going to get the first kill onto Eclipse. Eclipse is going to find that first kill. Christian, he's really low. He's running away now. And they found that one Jinx reset. And oh! Was that... What killed Christian? Was that Shiv? Did Jinx auto the Skarner as Shiv procced and killed Christian? Was it that? I don't know, but this Jinx just got a lot of gold. And I mean, I was talking about it last game. The auto splash on 4, oh, was it? Oh, wow, that is really unlucky. But I mean, it's lucky for Harmonix that Jinx just now suddenly has 3 items. Picking up the LDR. I mean, Harmonix just found a miracle fight. And I mean, you can see the Oblivion. I would like to see the Oblivion or stats just there for that fight so far. After one fight, did it do a lot? I mean, it should have, right? The swing was just stood on top of the Rumble. Couldn't heal for everything. Christian, also the pick onto Christian or the engage onto Christian was really good. You see, we're gonna have a Baron dance beginning here. FMB, Fool's gonna face check, but he is a bit of a meaty Scorpion. He does not care. So mid gets pushed in. Harmonix now have a bit of time on the map. They can do something. Christian just looking for Davis. Davis not gonna get touched by this one.
Galactic hyper barrier.
Another waves are going to be pushed back into Harmonix from FMB. And the timer is running out quickly for Harmonix here. They need to catch these waves, push them in quickly before FMB really look for this Baron. But I think FMB are playing this a bit too slowly. Phasm should... Maybe they're waiting for this. Maybe we're waiting for Drake Point. Soul, I mean. As the Jinx Rocket comes through, they find Viego. They did just see him on mid-wave. I'm not really sure where you're checking. As they're looking for an engage, they seem to be baiting them in. Spencer Tiny, the EQ combo is very tanky right now. As it all comes through, great ult with the Rumble all over the top. Scott is in the back line. The camera is not allowing us to see anything. Scott is just the one fighting, duking it out. Direct the camera. What's happening on the rest of the fight? But Scott is still alive. Fool is pulling Rumble back, but Rumble is burning him alive. That's going to be the Rumble fallen, and that's going to be the Jinx picking up the first kill. Actually, picking up the second kill of the fight. Christian picks up the first onto the Jarvan, and Gwen Scottani did so much in that fight. And that should just be third Drake over to the side of Harmonix, and they're making it work. They've figured it out. They figured out we should Jarvan then Rumble. It's the most basic combo, but it's working. And Eclipse is slowly picking up the kills. They do need to reset quickly after this, though. Their waves are in a very, very difficult spot. Someone needs to grab that bot wave, someone needs to grab that top wave to give them more time. But it felt like FMB were playing that way too slowly. They're trying to bait them into a fight, but I don't really know why you're trying to bait them into a fight when they're on a timer. Like, you could see Fool moved up, he pushed that top wave in, which is the very normal macro play. You push that top wave in, and then you're like, oh, okay, he pushed that in, so we need to go answer that. As soon as someone goes and shows an answer to that, you go to the Baron. You've got bot wave pushing in already, so you don't need to worry about bot wave. They're going to lose stuff, and they're going to lose a tower at some point. So you can play that. You can push mid, and you have mid power the whole time. You just push mid and move into Baron, and then you can force the fight. But they're forcing a fight around mid wave in a weird, really awkward situation. And Gwen Scottani just managed to break up the fight, split the fight in such a way that it didn't allow Christian or I think Marju's the King really to find any damage other than that. But Dab's going to send it onto Christian. He's going to find a head for Pulverize, but Fool's going to send it onto 4. He's going to be stunned, and he's going to be the one hook. Can't get him with a huge hook. He's going to all onto a Eclipse. Walking away. As my Hoover starts going crazy. But it's going to be a clean up fight for FMB so far. Someone's jumping in the background. What is happening? I apologize. But the Hoover is cleaning up this fight. There's a triple kill for Sam. We're gonna carry on, boys. We're gonna carry on with the background noise, as I think FMB just won the game. Where is the Jinx peel? I don't know, man. She got hoovered up, I think. FMB, they look like they're just gonna take the one. Hoover making it a 6v5. That's fair, man. That actually made me visibly jump scare in the middle of the fight. It was so quiet. But yeah, FMB now they take the fight. They take the mid inhibitor again, and then they reset. Drop a ward and get some vision onto Baron, but they lost the Skull Crab, so Harmonix now. 5k gold lead, Jinx with 4 items now. As to Hoover, it sounds like Rumble W, man. They're both doing the same thing. We're gonna see this Baron dance again, but this time Harmonix have the side lane prior. Bot wave in a very good spot for them. Top wave getting pushed out by Fool now. There is a TP ward flank available in the base of Harmonix, which is a crazy thing to say at this point. This time he's going to face check, he's going to take an E, he's going to be pulled out, and he's going to ult away. Jarvan ult for Viego, again, good traders. Sam, I think he got jump scared. FMP R2D2. See, full push out that top wave, allowing his team a bit of time, but someone needs to grab that bot wave. And Christian, you have TP. You could just be on the side lane pushing him, man. Taking their time with it now. Sam just looking to heal up in this game. Wibbly getting the first strike proc, plus 32 gold onto a clone, by the way. That's a very nice, you know. FMB playing it slow again around Baron. This time, Soul Point is going to be up in 40. It's seventh Drake of the game. FMB gave over 2 Drakes, then he lost the fight for. Oh, there's a large minion walking back to his base. What the hell? I don't think Harmonix care. I think they're just gonna look for this Baron, and I mean they see them on mid wave. FMB now they're very out of this, and this is going down pretty quick. They have a 4M Jinx. It's gonna fall probably just straight away, uncontested. They're gonna look to contest. They can just recall. They've got time to recall. They will have to run and look to fight the Drake if they want the Drake. But I mean, they've got 3 clouds. I don't think they care for the soul. It's pretty good on both teams. But they managed to do what FMB have been trying to do this entire time, which is burn Baron down when the other team aren't looking. But FMB have been too hesitant to really push it. Whereas Harmonix just waited for a second, said, oh, they're on mid wave, they just walked down bot side, we're taking that real quick. This gold lead is starting to not matter, and Eclipse, who was, what was it? 1 item at 28 minutes, did we say? It's now almost 5 items at 40 minutes. I mean, obviously gold, like, is very much more easier to get in the later game, but like, Eclipse was out of this game. Eclipse wasn't really able to do anything, and now it's just been able to find fight after fight. This game does feel like it's on a knife's edge. Gold lead 2k now, but it's starting to not matter. But no one's really playing the sideways. It's kind of feeling like an Aeron. Chris is going to flash forward and find the 3-man. Oh, Feb is not going to find the stun. Chris is going to instant his onions, and Eclipse is going to die. The rubber all comes over the top, but it's a 3-man all from Fool as well. And Christian's just cleaning up, and Sam now getting the resets. The Viego is jumping through. What an engage from Christian. He could definitely play Viego, Nico. And one quick snap engage decides the series for FMB. So they don't have a wave right now, so I don't know if they can end. They should be able to end. They're gonna find the Jarvan. So the wave is crashing mid and bot, and it should just be the winners round 2. FMB moving on to face 777 in the winners final, and Harmonix falling down to face HA of Harvey's Angels in the losers bracket. So, okay, they're just gonna take their time to end this game. But we've been ganked by sounds, noises. I think Sam ganked me at one point as well with my DMs. But one thing is like guaranteed today: Christian can play Nico.